What about your accent? In Nigeria, there are many, many languages, and each one is accepted. And in fact, the more you know, the better. Now in the UK, we speak English, but depending of your accent, you will be receiving quite a number of different reactions. I learned early that there are some accents that are better accepted and better rewarded than others. Like the Oxford Cambridge accent is considered chic, posh. People in Lancashire were complaining that the accent marked them as a kind of second-class citizen. I found early that I'd gathered an African accent, a Nigerian accent. I didn't know until my voice was confronted to others. So when I started speaking, immediately I opened my mouth. People detect me as foreigner. And there are two types of reactions to my accent. The first one was really rewarding. I went to an office one day for an administrative matter. I was speaking to a man that was, well, what they call here a black man, but obviously I didn't know him. I didn't know him. So I started speaking, explaining what I'd come for. And instead of answering, he was staring at me with an open mouth. And then after some minutes or milliseconds, I told her, what would be your answer? And instead of saying that, he told me, oh wow, I was listening to you and I thought I was home. And it really touched me. Here was a Nigerian in hiding that suddenly felt a very close relationship with me just because I was speaking. And since then, I've had a lot of reactions from other Nigerians here that always enjoy my accent and say, oh, so nice to hear you. How did you manage to pick our accent? The other side of it was on the phone. I just come a few months before and I was applying for a job in a university, and I talked, and then the person on the phone said, oh, it's a pity we don't have any offer at the moment, but there will be something for ethnic minorities, so you may reapply at that time. I turned to my daughter, my second daughter that was in the room, and said, what does that mean, ethnic minority? And she was red with anger and said, this thing is really bad. I later learned that if you are not, if you were not born in the UK, or, you come from somewhere else that doesn't look like the UK, you don't look English, then you become one of these ethnic minorities. And even though the day these ethnic minorities may happen to be majority, they will still be minority in that vocabulary. It means that you're a foreigner, that you are different, and some places, some sectors will be bad for you, but it will never be written anywhere. Some sectors welcome you, like cleaning. If you want to do cleaning, that's not a problem. Carer is also another sector where everybody is welcome because there's lack. But others, They won't say anything, but you can apply and apply and apply, and nobody will ever take you. It's one of those tacit things. And so I try to stop phoning, so that at least if they see me, that would be better. Another story is about your name. My name is Ugochukwu, and so when I came, I was still Ugochukwu. I applied and applied and applied. I applied to all universities in the country, minus Belfast, because at that time there were troubles there. And every time they rejected me. And I found out later that it was partly because of my name. There was a particular university that invited me for an interview when I applied. So I went, and my reference was somebody that was here, that had been here for a long time. He was a retired professor. And so obviously he knew me very well from Nigeria, and gave me a glowing report. So I went for interview, I guess did well, came back, and then later learned from my reference that they said, oh, yeah, she was quite good, but we can't employ her because somebody called Ugochukwu that teaches French doesn't look like a good prospect. You want a French name, or second best, probably, a British name, but they rejected me because of my name. And my reference was very sorry, but he said there's nothing I can do. So I continued applying until I decided to do something about it. I didn't want to reject my own name, so what I did was to put a double barrel name, Ugochukwu, and then hyphen, and then my maiden name, that was French. And when I did that, I got a post. Half post, but at least a post. So these are some of the things you may not know about. But I tell you, if you come here, you better know that there are ladders, and according to your nationality and the name that goes with it, you may receive a different treatment. And all these things will never be explained really, unless behind the scene. So happy trying.